Hello, my name is Robert Lyon. Welcome to Evergreen Tactics. Like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about 10xing your purpose. All right, let me give you an easy win. What fascinates you and what motivates you? And what is something that you can do for the rest of your life that would bring you the most bliss? Okay? Now, when we're wanting to 10x your purpose, we have to understand what it is that is uniquely you. What are you an expert in, and what brings you the most bliss? And then, more importantly, what is your most productive task, and what is your most profitable task, or what can evolve into your most profitable task? So, when we're trying to figure out how to 10x your purpose, we first have to ask ourselves, what are we doing in our day to day that is not our purpose, that is not our best use of our time? I'm sure most people out there are spending anywhere from 100 to 150 hours quarterly on tasks that they could delegate to other people, or tasks that are not their most fulfilling or profitable skill that they could be using or learning or working on. So if you're going to 10x your purpose, the first thing we have to zero in on is the one thing that you can build a life around that would keep you motivated and fascinated for the rest of your life. A lot of people don't realize it, but life is a long, long game. All right. It's not about the short term, it's about the long end. And if you truly want to 10x your purpose, you have to first figure out what your purpose is. You have to figure out what your calling is. What is it that you could do every day that would bring light into the world that you can uniquely do or give? And some people, in order for them to do this, they have to find self confidence. Okay. And the thing is, they don't believe in themselves because they think that something in the outer world has to give them something to become confident. When the reality is, if you want to be confident, you have to bring it out of you and bring it into the world. That's where confidence comes from. Once you have the confidence to say, I'm going to live my life for my purpose and my bliss, that's when you can begin to figure out which tasks and which things that are the most beneficial to your life and the most impressive for your productivity and profit ability are. So once you understand or have an idea of what it is that fascinates you and can keep you motivated and is something that you could build a life around, it's just a matter of time of implementing. And the best way to do this is to take action right away. But in reality, there's four things we have to do in order to get through this. First of all is vision. We have to crystallize the vision of us building this life where we can be the hero of our own story and where we can be the person that spends all their time being the most productive and profitable as we possibly can. So you have to have that vision. What would your life look like if you were to 10x your purpose? Okay, so you have to have that in your mind. The next is going to be obstacles and objections. And we have to understand that there's always going to be obstacles and always going to be objections. And if we're going to break the rules of society, we have to make our own rules to overcome these obstacles and objections because people aren't going to think like we're thinking. They're not going to understand what we're doing. But if they're not paying your bills, then pay them no mind. Okay? So you have to just come to terms and accept that there's going to be obstacles in the way. But you are going to be persistent. You are tenacious like a pit bull, and you are going to find your way through this to the next phase, which is transformation. Now, transformation is a fun word, but in reality, it's hard. Especially the older we get, we are so habitual creatures that transforming actually takes more courage than any other step that so far. So in order to transform, we have to know where we're going. We have to know what the 10x purpose of our life is. And that's why it's better to 10x than 2x, because 10x is going to get you out of bed. 10x is going to bring you life-changing money. 10x is going to make a life worth living. 2x isn't going to do it. So you have to shoot for the moon and you have to be the hero of your story, okay? And you have to understand that transformation is uncomfortable. You have to understand that transformation takes more courage and there's going to be fear. But once you push through, that is where all the good things can happen. And finally, it's action. Action takes the most amount of effort, but it is also the most rewarding because you begin to see the momentum that you can build, and you get to see how you can slowly grow and 10x your purpose in life. Now that you understand what it would mean to 10x your purpose, I believe that you should implement these into your own life. But let's go just a little bit deeper, okay? So, is that all right with you? Go deeper? If we're going to 10x our lives, I'm going to tell you the cold, hard truth. How you're going to do that is you're going to put your head down for the next 90 days, and you're going to work your ass off to get to 10x your purpose. And then you're going to look up at the end of those 90 days, and if you haven't 10x your purpose, then you're going to put your head back down, and you're going to work your ass off for the next 90 days. And then at the end of those 90 days, you're going to pick your head back up, and you're going to look around. And if you haven't 10x your purpose, then you're going to put your head back down, and you're going to work your ass off until you finally someday put your head up and you have 10x your purpose. Okay? Now, what I like to do is I like to plan my life around a 12-week year. Okay? And at the end of those 12 weeks, I like to have a large Super Bowl goal. And then I work it backwards to this week, what I'm going to accomplish. And if you really want to micro, you can go down to the day, down to the hour of how you should be spending your time. But it is more important that you find out what is making you motivated. What is keeping you fascinated? Okay? Because as soon as you figure out what your purpose is, and what keeps you fascinated, and what motivates you, and you put in the time to start working on these, you can become the hero of your story, and that's when you can start to find the people that are going to write you the big checks. Okay? To be somebody who knows who they are, who knows what they do, and do it every day, and love doing it. That's where the big checks come in. That's when the people are going to be able to see who you are, and they're going to put you in that box of very valuable in their mind, and not see you just as another person out there flapping their gums, but as somebody who is motivated, fascinated, dedicated, and is 10xing their purpose, and they're going to want to jump on the bandwagon and write those big checks. This is how you can 10x your purpose, 10x your business, and 10x your life. I think that's it. Check out all my other videos. Like and subscribe. Let's 10x our purposes together. Please put yours down in the comments. I'll leave mine in the description, and check out